Hello again, back live, coming with another update on our great GRAF UK Triathlon. So hopefully, whether you're watching this live or whether you're catching up on this later on in the day, whether that's on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, hopefully we're live on all at the same time right now. So first of all, if you didn't see our live the other day, Happy New Year to you. Hope your 2025 has got off to a fantastic start. We are very much focused on extending the season of giving, and we're focused on this great GRAF UK Triathlon to raise as much money as we can for our local Catherine House Hospice. We're doing this challenge from Monday the 20th to Friday the 24th of January. We're starting up in Glasgow. We're doing a half marathon on Monday morning, first thing. We're then jumping on bikes. We're going to cycle nearly 400 miles in total down to Cropredy, just outside of Banbury, where we'll get to, hopefully, if all goes well, on Friday late morning, lunchtime, and then we'll do a final sort of 6 kilometers along the canal, hopefully still being arranged, that section, in canoes or along the towpath to reach Spiceball Country Park in Banbury, ahead of our finish line party, which we're very grateful to Lock 29 in the Castle Quay Shopping Centre in Banbury for hosting our finish line party, where we'll all get together and celebrate. So that's what's going on. We've got approximately 9-10 of our team members taking part in this challenge. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about them in a moment. But firstly, since our update earlier this week, we have had some more sponsors confirmed. We are just surrounded by so many generous companies and people within our business and connected to our business. So we confirmed on Monday, I think, that Honnesbury Shooting School are our main event sponsor. So we're super proud and pleased to be representing their business. And we're going to be shouting about them all the way down from Glasgow to Banbury. We've now got our 3 stage sponsors confirmed. Oh, sorry, before that, we've also got our 2 support vehicle sponsors, so Geosynthetic Technology and Sytner Land Rover Coventry. Both those businesses are supporting our support vehicles. So we are in the process of badging up our support vehicles with as many of their logos as we possibly can, like Formula One car style sponsorship, branded to make sure as many people as possible see these businesses represented along the journey. But then we've had our 3rd stage sponsor join us in the last day or so. So stage 1 is sponsored, stage 2 is sponsored, stage 3 is sponsored. Stage 2, very, very grateful to BTE Plant Sales. If you're in the market for plant, then BTE Plant Sales is the place to go. We're going to tell you much more about these businesses that have sponsored us in the lead up to this challenge. So you will find out a lot more, and we'll, of course, tag them in all these posts that we'll be sharing so that you can find out and you can go and visit their websites and learn more about them. But very, very grateful to BTE Plant Sales for stepping in and sponsoring stage 2, the bike stage. We passed by many of their locations on the journey down. They represent or cover the whole of the UK, and so if you're in the market for plant, BT Plant Sales is the place to go. So grateful to them. We've also had a few more athlete sponsors confirmed, and this is the main bit I wanted to tell you about, because each of our athletes, perhaps not quite the right word, especially as I'm one of them, but this is what we're calling ourselves. Each person is going to be sponsored, hopefully, or certainly in the market to be sponsored by a business or a few businesses. So Charlie Rowe is our garden product sales manager here within our team at GRAF UK. He is being sponsored by Botters. A few of you might remember when we did the GRAF UK Rowing Challenge back in February last year. Botters were our main event sponsor for that, and so they are very supportive of our business, and they are sponsoring Charlie, so he will proudly wear their logo all the way down from Glasgow to Banbury. Henry is being sponsored. So Henry Richardson is one of our warehouse guys up in Glasgow. So he doesn't have far to travel to the start line, but he will have a long journey back. So Henry has been sponsored by two of our customers, Moya Environmental and Civils and Drainage Supplies, both Scottish businesses that we deal with and do a lot of business with up there. So very, very grateful to them. He will proudly represent those businesses as he journeys down from Glasgow to Banbury. Ewan, who is our sales manager for our North Territory for wastewater treatment systems and rainwater harvesting systems, Ewan McMillan. He also based near Glasgow. So Ewan has been sponsored by Zoli, one of our customers for treatment plants and our water management systems. So super grateful to them. And Ewan will be representing them on his journey down here. Jamie, who runs a business linked with ours, the Rainwater Guy, Jamie, my brother, he's been sponsored by Water Matters podcast and newsletter. So he will be representing that brand all the way down. So super grateful to them as well, which leaves a few of us still to get our sponsors sorted. So if you're interested, please do comment or send us messages. So Callum and I are working on who we're going to represent, and then that leaves Danielle Sutton, who is our head of stormwater sales for the south half of the country. So Danielle's talking to a few suppliers in terms of who she's going to represent as well. And then Luke, our videographer, Luke's doing the run, and then he's going to obviously be with us the whole journey down. He won't do a lot of cycling because he'll be behind the camera, but we're going to get Luke a sponsor as well. So Luke is in the market for some support if anyone would like him to be wearing their logo. So those athlete sponsors, that they're still available. I would also like to thank two other companies who have joined us and supporting us. We've got the option of a gold sponsor, and Technique Web, the company that we do all our work with online, our websites, all of our print material and graphic design, all that sort of stuff. Technique Web have confirmed their position as a gold sponsor. And then Barton Hughes, one of our haulage companies that deliver a lot of our tanks around the country. I'm very pleased and grateful to them for becoming a silver sponsor as well to give us their support, which is just excellent. And then the final one I wanted to mention, which I've just heard about or had confirmed earlier this morning, which is really, really, really helpful, is RAB clothing. So RAB, many of you will, I'm sure, be aware of their clothing, outdoor and exercise gear, RAB. They are, to make great products, which we are extremely grateful to their support because we're going to be kitted out in RAB clothing. And based on the weather at the moment, we're going to need it by the looks of it. And so we will hopefully be staying warm and dry, let's see, in some special RAB clothing from them, which is just, their support is absolutely excellent. Referred to us, or the connection there is through a business that we're also proud to work with called Matic Dynamics, who have recently helped us implement Microsoft Business Central. And so that's how that relationship has come about. But really, really grateful for the support we're getting from RAB with the clothing. And we are looking forward to, putting that on show and displaying that as we make the journey down. So there's lots going on. We are going to continue to share details about how we're getting on and what progress we're making and all that sort of stuff. We will also share a bit more information about each of the individual athletes. So you'll find out a bit more about them so that you'll know who you're following if you have the chance to watch some of our lives and videos and updates that will start to take place as we begin the journey from Monday, the 20th of January. Until then, we'll probably come back to you with another live later this week where we want to go into a little bit more detail about the route so that you can hopefully, if we pass by somewhere near you, you can join us either just for a bit of support or at least a cup of tea or coffee or beer, perhaps. Come and support us. And we would love to see as many people, especially customers and suppliers and connected businesses on the route down. It's not very often that we spend a week out the office traveling through the country. So if you can get to us and we can get together, please reach out. And we've already got a few meetings lined up for the various places we're stopping on the way down. But it would be great to fill that with as many face-to-face, in-person get-togethers as we can to make the most of this week. Because let's face it, it is cold, it is dark, it's quite a long month in January. It's not known for one of the most fun and uplifting and positive, inspiring months of the year, let's face it. But we are making sure we make sure it is. You know, we're giving us a reason to have something to celebrate, have something to look forward to, a reason for people to sort of, you know, hopefully be entertained and get behind us and support us. And the more people we can get together and see in person, the better. So we'll share that a bit later on in the week. But for now, a major thank you to all of those companies that I've just mentioned. We really, really do appreciate the support. It's fantastic. It's a real reminder that sometimes, you know, and this is where the business lessons kick in for doing these sorts of things as well. Sometimes you really just have to ask. You have to put yourself out there. You have to come up with an idea, however crazy it might be, and then you just have to ask for help. And you might be surprised at the generosity and the support that you'll get from people around you. I always am. It's amazing. We work with some brilliant people and we're super grateful to them. And we're looking forward to involving even more and making this challenge as good as it possibly can be. So thank you very much for tuning in, if you have, and look forward to sharing more. We'll be back with more information later in the week. See you soon.